Hello fight fans, thanks for joining us at MMA Insider. Before we get rolling with today's news, show some love by hitting that like button and subscribing. Now let's uncover the latest happenings in MMA. Starting off, Israel Adesanya says his story with Alex Pereira is officially over. Moving on, Dana White seemingly shoots down Alex Pereira's tease of a boxing match. Lastly, Ali Abdelaziz claims UFC's Ottman Azaitar saved him from drowning in Hawaii. Former UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya believes his story with Alex Pereira is over. Alex is currently slated to return to the cage in the main event of UFC 307 on Saturday. Back for the first time since a stoppage win over Yuri Prohaska in June, Alex Pereira will face Khalil Rountree Jr. For his part, the latter is coming off a December knockout victory over former title challenger Anthony Smith. Speaking in a recent video on his YouTube channel, Israel Adesanya previewed UFC 307. There, Israel picked Alex Pereira to defeat Khalil Rountree Jr. However, Adesanya added that if Khalil could upset the Brazilian, it would take some of the focus off of their rivalry. As many fans are aware, the two middleweights have fought 4 times across 2 different sports. Last year in April, Israel Adesanya handed Alex Pereira a second-round knockout loss, which is still his only UFC defeat. While there have been teases about a trilogy fight in MMA, it appears that won't happen. In the video on his YouTube channel, Israel Adesanya added that his story with Alex Pereira is over. With that in mind, it seems clear that the Israel doesn't believe the two will fight again. Here is what he said. "I'm going to go Alex Pereira by second round finish. Look, if Khalil does it, it would fuck the world. But also, it would be like, well, someone else has done it. Then they can get off my now. Go deal with that now. Go have that story. You know what I'm saying? My story with him is over." Dana White isn't a big fan of the idea of sending UFC champion Alex Pereira to boxing. Ahead of his UFC 307 return, Alex Pereira has teased a move to boxing. The Brazilian has always been a fan of the sport and holds a 1-0 record as well. Pereira also teased he would be a big part of UFC CEO Dana White's move into the sport. However, the promoter seemingly isn't down with that idea. Speaking in a recent interview, Dana White was asked about Alex Pereira's boxing comments. There, the executive admitted that he's not a big fan of the Brazilian leaving the UFC. Given Pereira's status as champion, any boxing crossover would hold up the light heavyweight division. Dana White also mentioned Alex Pereira could break Ronda Rousey's record of 3 fastest title defenses this Saturday with a win. Ronda previously made 3 defenses in the span of 189 days, while Alex would be at 175 days. Lastly, White just isn't a fan of crossover fights in general. Here is what he said. "I don't know. I mean, when you look at where he's at right now, he's at the top of this game. He's about to break Rousey's record if he wins the fight on Saturday night. God knows what other records he could break here. He's 38 years old, which is even more impressive when you add that on top of anything else. I don't know if he will fight in boxing. I'm not even thinking about that kind of stuff. I'm not thinking about crossover fights. I hate crossover fights. I respect the fact that he wants to do it. I know there's tons of other fights that probably want to do it, but I want everybody to stay in their own lane." Prominent MMA manager Ali Abdelaziz nearly drowned in Hawaii. Abdelaziz was in Hawaii when he and others went for a swim, including UFC lightweight Ottman Azaitar. While they were swimming, Abdelaziz, isn't a strong swimmer, ended up in an area that was deeper than he anticipated. He couldn't touch the bottom when his head started to dip below the water. Azaitar then swam to land where he grabbed a rope-like vine. He brought it to Abdelaziz and reeled him into safety. Talking to the media, here is what he said. "Ottman's a great kid. He has a big heart. He literally saved my life." Ali Abdelaziz also told the outlet that he believes he would have died had Ottman Azaitar not been there to save him. The plan is for Abdelaziz to fly to Salt Lake City to attend UFC 307, where he has his client Kayla Harrison fighting Ketlin Vieira. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Your dedication and support fuel our passion to bring you the latest and greatest in the MMA world. If you enjoyed today's news, please give us a thumbs up and share it with fellow MMA fans. Remember to subscribe to stay in the loop with daily MMA updates. We've got a lot of exciting news, interviews, and analysis coming your way every single day. Your engagement helps us grow and serve the MMA community even better. Once again, thank you for being an integral part of our daily MMA journey.